So we tracked one leopard and then found another without tracking it, thanks to tracking the other one that we didn't find. How bizarre. Now it is fairly picking here. Oh, she's had a meal, it looks like. Nothing too big, but her belly is certainly larger than it was yesterday morning when we last saw her. So she's had a successful 24 hours and managed to feed on something. Who knows what? Maybe it was something small that she caught and consumed the whole animal. Or maybe it was something large that was stolen from her. Hard to say. But at least she's full-bellied and in our sights. Absolutely beautiful. I love watching them move through thick bush like this. And oh, she's just caught a baby duiker. She's just caught a duiker. Can you believe it? Let's hurry on in there. Hold on, everyone. There we go. Shame. Baby duiker, it's still alive, and she's just busy suffocating it. It won't take too long, but it does depend. So if any of you are sensitive, you may want to return in a few minutes because this little duiker is going to struggle. You may have heard the bleat of the duiker, and that's why I knew it was the prey that she had caught. And Impala's alarm calling nearby, just probably from the audio of that duiker. Whew. And this is the reality of being on a live safari. We simply do not know what is going to happen and when, and this is the last thing that I expected. But great fortune for this leopard. Let's just watch what happens now. She's looking around very cautiously because she knows that hyena could come racing in onto the scene, and if they do, thankfully for her, because it's only a small kill, she will be able to scramble up a tree. But we do need to be ready for some quick camera work here. She's just making sure we're not interested in stealing the kill. And Shane's duiker is still not quite done yet. Well, Monkey Man, you've just mentioned that this is your first live kill. It's my second, and I've been here over a year, so we can all consider ourselves lucky. Interestingly enough, she was the very same leopard that I have seen my one and only live kill with. She would have been able to smell that little baby duiker, or maybe the duiker could see her and just decided to run at the last moment. She took 1 or 2 pounces. I'm not sure how much you saw, but just 1 or 2 pounces and she was on top of it. And Penny, you've made a great remark, and that is that even though she was full belly, she's still gone ahead and made this kill. And that shows exactly how opportunistic they are. And well done for saying that, Penny, because I hadn't touched on that yet. And so true, just moments before, we were saying that she was full belly, know when their next opportunity is going to arise. Certainly not a meal like this. She literally just got to do a hop and a skip, and she had a nice big meal. And it's going to be interesting to see where she's taking it to now. I mean, she may have a specific tree that she knows of that she's used before in this area, a nice big marula, or she may just be wanting to find some thick bush where she can stash this kill. Shame the Duiker's still not dead yet. Going to get a hold of Aubrey quickly. I think he might be interested in this sighting, and obviously it's really exciting stuff that she's got to kill. She's just bumbled a baby Munti. We're just west of kind of Impala Road, Vuyatilla Junction. Sorry, east of Sandy Patch, rather. Yeah, it looks like she's going to probably try and stash this kill somewhere under this fallen down knobthorn tree, I'm guessing. Shame. And she's going to put down the Duiker, and what we may see is that she may actually play around with it a little bit. It's more often than not young leopards that will do this, but the Duiker is not dead, and now it's going to regain some strength and may well try and run off. Let's try and get a bit closer. Shoot forward quickly. This is fascinating behavior because the Duiker is not dead yet, and she's gone quite away from it. Now, she may have paralyzed it. She may be confident that she knows she's paralyzed it. It's just lying down on the ground there. You can see it's still breathing. And she's probably just taking a moment to catch her breath. Not uncommon, because she would have only been able to breathe through her nostrils while she was clamped down on this baby Duiker. The Duiker's still kicking away here. Shame, and I know this is hard, but it is nature, and this is just the way it happens out here. Certainly not easy for us as humans to watch and not feel sorry for this young Duiker, of course. But we do need to remember that this is just how nature unfolds sometimes. I'm remarked by the fact that she's happy to move so far away from this kill. And I'm just going to ask Tibbs to give you an idea of where she is now. It's going to be difficult. I think she's somewhere in there, Tibbs. Yeah, there you can get a glimpse of her. And she's just laid down. Unbelievable. I'm fairly confident that she's aware that she's paralyzed this Duiker. The Duiker's just flailing around on the ground now. And that's what makes me think that it is in fact paralyzed. But it's hard to tell. Maybe it still doesn't have enough oxygen in its system to muster the strength to get up and run. And some things in nature simply cannot be explained. I mean, it would not be difficult for Karula to completely dispatch this Duiker. It would also make more sense, because every little extra bleat that this Duiker lets off is a huge signal, an invitation to any hyena or any other predators in this area. And you would have heard that little bleat that the Duiker lets out again now. Karula doesn't seem too concerned, and this is kind of testament to the fact that sometimes we give the animals a little bit more credit than they are due, and I feel quite strongly about that with predators. some very exciting prospects. I've just heard through the radio waves that Ephraim has found some lion tracks that may head into Juma. And who knows, maybe there's going to be some lion on screen shortly. So exciting prospects as we watch this very, very difficult sighting, but very, very good prospects for a big cat morning. Kevin, thank you for bringing up this topic of what the baby Duiker was up to. You mentioned that it must have been lying, hiding in wait, and you're spot on. That is what Duiker will do. A lot of you may also be wondering where its parents were, and the parents will head off in search of food and leave the youngsters hidden. And because they are so small and can camouflage so well, as long as they lie in wait and don't actually move, their presence will be difficult to detect. And I'm just going to creep forward a little bit. And I think that was the fatal mistake that this young Duiker did make, was that it did actually move and give away its presence to Karula. And that's why she just took a hop and a skip to pounce on it. And I've actually got a video on my Scott Dyson Safari's Facebook page of when some friends came to stay with me, Dave and Alan on Safari, and in that video you can see a young baby Duiker that we found, and it lay in wait. It knew we were there, and I had my GoPro within 6 inches of it, and it still kept dead still, hoping and knowing that keeping still is their best option when anything dangerous does pass by. Well, I'm confident now that we can assume that this poor Duiker does have a broken neck. And Lisa in Wisconsin, you've just touched on that, so you're right. And like I said, very, very difficult. But we need to remember that it's not our place to interfere, and that this is simply the way Mother Nature had it planned out. What I'm thinking of doing is maybe trying to get some views of Karula. I'm not sure how much longer I can watch this poor little Duiker flailing around on the ground here. So let's see if we can't get you a view. The Queen of Juma. And Lisa Osborne, you have been following these live safaris for quite some time, and remember watching a similar sighting with Peter Pretorius, although the leopard was playing with the bird, and you remarked that it wasn't much fun. And I hear you, it's never nice seeing animals suffer, even when it is just nature taking its course. Possible spot, I think it's just about here. And look at her panting with that full belly. And that's why she's, sadly for this Duiker, in no rush to dispatch it and or start feeding on it. She definitely knows it's still alive, because with her incredible hearing, she'll be hearing every little movement and rustle that it makes. crested barbets and parrots crawling around us. And if we had just arrived here now, you would almost assume that absolutely nothing has happened. And we wouldn't assume that there's a poor baby duiker struggling nearby as the leopard nonchalantly grooms itself. Hello to Hannah, and you ask if I have ever interfered. Hannah, never in a situation where it has not been necessary to, and therefore the only times that I have been involved in any kind of interference has been when the results of the injury to the animal has been caused by that of man, or if the animal is endangered. So you typically just have to hold back and keep watching. In this case, Hannah, there's nothing we could do. That young duiker is paralyzed, and it would be completely wrong to, even if we did have the potential to help, we would be interfering massively with Mother Nature's plans. And who knows what her plans are for this duiker. Now, you're not going to believe where you're about to be taken to. And I guess I'm just going to leave you to stew with that thought on your trip across. Enjoy.
Might be somewhere around.
Guys, look at this. Lions, finally. It's the first time we've seen lions since the 24th of December. And it looks to be 3 lionesses of the Nkahuma pride. And can you believe we were sitting with that herd of buffalo for half an hour this morning, and we left them, and the Nkahumas came and caught one.